Just to start off, firstly, I'd like to welcome the students and the teachers and the faculty जो आज़ाद जम्मू and Kashmir से हमारे साथ आज gather हुए हैं. I'm not an expert on Kashmir, so don't expect me to know everything about Kashmir. But I've traveled to quite a few places and I've gotten quite a few views on what Kashmir, how people view Kashmir as, or even if they do remember Kashmir. What I'm going to try and do in the next, hopefully in the next 15 minutes, is stick to the script that I have actually prepared. And hopefully if I don't deviate from the script, तो हम जो discourse होगा उसके ऊपर ज़रा focus रख सकेंगे. मुझे इसे मेरे से पहले एक और साहब ने conversation करनी थी, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल में वो मेरे बाद इस बार. The 21st Century Maritime One Belt One Road Initiative. How many of you, being the public policy students, are aware of this initiative? Just by the show of hands. Chale theek hai. So the world is witnessing a major economic integration which is happening in the region. It is also witnessing a possible global power shift. So several actors and influencers will perhaps hamper the socio-economic and political progress of the Asian region, which we're part of. तो ये सारी इसका एक regional context से अब निकल के थोड़ा सा अगर बाहर आए, तो हम देखते हैं कि सवालात हैं ज़्यादातर कि should we continue to live and be embroiled in conflicts, which holds back the people of Kashmir from the future which is truly theirs and theirs alone. So this is actually a question for the people of Kashmir and a contest to which Ahmed Qureshi just sort of mentioned. और बहुत सी बातों में उनसे contradict भी करूँगी at various occasion. हमारी जिद बहस चलती रहती है कश्मीर के मामले में और world view के मामले में. My whole conceptual understanding on what the world view is on the people of Kashmir. एक छोटी सी वीडियो है, उसका थोड़ा सा एक बैकड्रॉप मैं आपको दे दूं. Couple of years ago, I was in Geneva. I was getting a degree in policy making and everything. उधर एक बहुत ही massive gathering आई जिसपे वो पहली Geneva Academy अपनी पहली world report निकाल रहे थे. War report issue launch कर रहे थे. So towards the end of the session, it was a huge gathering. We're talking about hundreds of people actually sitting amongst the audiences. तो जब वो पूरी सेशन चली तो उसमें मुझे भी मौका मिला कि मैं भी एक सवाल कर सकूं. तो वो सवाल की अब छोटी सी एडिट मैंने करवाई है और अगर शबीर साहब जो हैं वो उसको प्ले कर दें. एक सेकंड शबीर साहब. One thing I would like for all of you to do is observe two things. Not just the question part alone, the response, the mood, and how the whole dynamics of the entire auditorium actually changes on the question. And this is from almost 3 years ago.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions, and at the end I will ask each member of the panel to probably say 3 ideas or figures that they retained from the report. So, no more questions. The 2 ladies, don't fight. Only one of you will speak out.
She was being kind. My name is Puruesh Chaudhary. I've managed to browse through the book briefly. My question is, based on the data sets that you've collected and everything, and based on the international human rights laws, how would you classify the Kashmir issue, if at all you see it as an issue?
No answer, to that question. Professor Krause, would you be ready? You have no idea. Andrew?
I need to check exactly the...
Take the microphone to... It's not in there. I haven't read it yet, but no. Stuart? Somewhere? Is Stuart somewhere? Where is he? Oh! Go ahead. You will have a microphone. There's no way you can get away from that question. You have a microphone? Yes. Thank you for answering that question.
Thanks for the question. Kashmir was a difficult one, and I'm not sure whether we got it absolutely right, if I'm brutally honest. We looked at the casualty figures that are available, we looked at the level of clashes, and we came down on the determination that this was not an armed conflict as it stood in 2012. I know others could look at the same data or could look at similar data sets and come down on a different determination. So all I can say is we made the determination that it was not an armed conflict. It is something that we will continue to look at very actively.
So the editor, and here is the thing, the editor for the report was sitting, I was sitting right towards the end row, and the editor for the report was 2 rows ahead of me. The minute this question came up, he literally sank into his chair. So he was hiding not only from the panelist, he was avoiding the question being directed towards him. So when you see that happening in a place like Geneva, where everyone has the right to say things, where everyone has the opportunity to bring out the human rights angle, the human rights defenders wala angle, this is how they actually embrace Kashmir, the people of Kashmir's issue. Now this is only, yes ma'am.
So after listening to the question and the response from the panelist, I'm confused that either they didn't want to answer or they didn't know something about the Kashmir. So
No, ma'am, they absolutely know everything about Kashmir. But I will come to the part where I actually talk about what the focus of the international system is now. The reason for showing this is actually कि अगर जिस वक्त मैं उस हॉल से उस ऑडिटोरियम से बाहर निकली तो a lot of Indian students go to the graduate institute where I studied from. वो सारे मेरे इर्द गिर्द इकट्ठे हो गए. आप कहाँ से आई हैं? You know where you're from. Are you the first one? Are you an Iranian? And the third one, have you been sent by Pindi, so to speak, right? I was like, I'm a regular person from Islamabad. I'm just pursuing a master's degree. Did my question bother you? So at that point, I realized that how much of Indian influence in the academic circle in terms of research development is there in the international community. So moving back to my script, which is the world no longer feels the pain of the people of Kashmir. I have yet to come across statements from the United Nations and the Human Rights Councils on this. I spent the entire day on my Twitter feed just trying to look up कि वो कश्मीर के बारे में आज कुछ कहते हैं या नहीं कहते. So far, nothing on their timeline as such. But what's on their agenda? Julian Assange, Syria, LGBT. तो ये 3 जो उनके लिहाज से जो इंटरनेशनल इश्यूज हैं, ये 3 उनके एजेंडा पे हैं, and therefore you will see it actually being shared by all those other countries who share similar agendas also. But how does this shape? How does it actually shape? These are core areas being supported by oil. Could be, yes, resources and everything that plays. The economic factor is also very important. But these core areas are being supported by West as part of their foreign policy. So you see how foreign policy also dictates how the international system operates. While I traveled to from east to west, let me assure you, Kashmir dispute is one which is forgotten. We may remember this as being Pakistani standing today. We may remember this under this roof. Or, you know, we may try and sort of empathize with the people of Kashmir. Lekin, are we doing enough also? You know, or is it just about pamphlets and paintings, which is also a good idea? It is a positive image that we're giving out. I give you a very simple example. When you go on to Google, right? और आप पाकिस्तान और कश्मीर मैप्स को अगर गूगल करें, और ये क्वाइट रिसेंटली लोगों ने थोड़ा सा इसमें मेहनत की है, हुकूमत ने भी और थोड़ी बहुत. We do not find a map which actually indicates that Kashmir is a disputed region. You know, the lines that cross through Kashmir signifying it as disputed region. So जो बहुत सारी think tanks जब कश्मीर के बारे में बात भी करती हैं ना, तो वो जो इंडियन ऑक्यूपाइड कश्मीर है वो इंडिया का एक हिस्सा दिखाती हैं. Unfortunately, the Chinese government does the same. Read several reports and you'll find that, you know, there is this. I'm not blaming the Chinese government, but it is a fact, and these documents are available. Merely sharing gloomy pictures, producing feature documentaries, it's simply not enough to muster support any longer. Cooperative framework that would require to settle this dispute is something which is of key significance for the people of Kashmir. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा चार्ली हेब्डो में एंटी इस्लाम कार्टून्स पब्लिश हुए, तो पूरे मुसलमानों का इस्लाम जाग उठा. ऑलराइट, क्या हुआ? एससीओ का क्या फ्यूचर रोल है? ये जो एशियन सिक्योरिटी कॉन्सेप्ट आया है, ठीक है, और उसमें जो सीका डेवलप हुआ है वो आए नहीं है साहब, वरना उन्हीं को करते हैं. अगला सवाल ये होता है, और ये आप लोगों से सवाल है बाय द वे, डज हिंदू,
उनके मुताबिक तो ये इशू ही नहीं है, वो तो पार्ट ये थे, तो उनको तो कंसेंसस की जरूरत ही कोई नहीं.
Ma'am, what do you think when there are several executive forces? What do you think? Is it possible that they will destroy their selves by having their peaceful solution to the Kashmir?
I personally believe because India is coming up as a regional power and economic power. So unless until India will settle this Kashmir issue peacefully, so India cannot achieve the goal and objectives.
well, India, you mean that India cannot have the hegemonistic desires of you know what is done to Myanmar, what is happening in Nepal, what they're trying to accomplish in Bhutan. But there is this one, and my partner also pointed out. I call my husband my partner also. He also pointed out कि जी Indian Constitution में Article 370 है, which does not allow the Indians to acquire land in Jammu and Kashmir. This significant development, which the High Court in Srinagar, when the BJP government tried, this significant development should have been the pivot for Pakistani media here.
371 article does not bind the Indian, but there's a law which was made by Maharaja in 1927, which is still in force in Azad Kashmir and Kuwait Kashmir. So now has been passed by the Maharaja.
Okay, उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि अभी सवालात ना करें, मैं यानी कि मैं engage ना करूं अभी आप लोगों को. This again coming back to the point, I'm not an expert on Kashmir. I just read a couple of things and I understand few international instruments. Acha, so using fear as a tactic to leave the people of Kashmir with only two options: either they would retaliate the Indian aggression, or they will be coerced into supporting the Indian armed forces against their own people, the people of Kashmir. How do I see Hindustan doing this way? Hindustan is failing to win the hearts and minds of the people of Kashmir. Hearts and minds, which was originally coined by our American friends. So it's failing, and it's failing big time. Where do we come in? Should this be our Holocaust? We don't use this word. I don't understand when so many women are raped, when so many children are just taken off the street and killed, and their bodies are dumped. Why don't we say this could be our Holocaust? I was watching this documentary recently, and to my surprise, this was an Indian documentary filmmaker that for some odd reason, had a very positive leaning towards the cause of Kashmiri people. Or perhaps he just couldn't manage to find the people who could have supported his government in one way or the other. उसमें उसमें हाँ मैं बस ख़त्म करने वाली हूँ, बस मैं थोड़ी सी आखिरी चंद बातें। उसमें कुछ कश्मीरी ख़वातीन का गैंग रेप हुआ था by the Indian forces. So when I counted down, like in my head, like when I counted down, के under 24 hours, almost 40 personnel had raped one woman. And this is just a story of one woman. Imagine this now, अब वो खातून जब वो मियाँ बीवी जब अभी भी इकट्ठे रहते हैं, ठीक है, तो वो जो मियाँ बीवी इकट्ठे रहते हैं तो वो शौहर अपनी बीवी की वो बात वो कैसे सुने? This is the empathy. This is the empathy which is missing from our discourse. This is what actually makes people feel. And as storytellers, and as people who live closer to the realities and closer to our local context, it is our responsibility to share these stories in a way that not only we feel that the person we are sharing these stories with, उनको भी थोड़ा सा एहसास हो, उनको भी पता चले कि ज़रूरी नहीं है कि ये आपके घर में एक कोई वाक़या हो तो आपको इस बात से तकलीफ होगी. So not only people of Kashmir, Indian occupied Kashmir, have been stripped of human dignity. They have taken away their life, their values, their emotions, anything which remotely makes us human. And my closing line and my closing end note here would be, India-Pakistan equation is incomplete without Kashmir. Thank you.